Hey Sagittarius, alright, so I'm going to do your reading for September. I forgot what month we were in for a minute. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, 9th house placements. Hope you guys are having a good Virgo season so far. It's only been a few days, but I still can't believe we're in Virgo season. I haven't even shuffled yet, although these are very interesting cards that I just got, but I'm not going to take them, so we'll see. I'm going to start with the Tarot de la New, okay? And see what we got going on. Thanks for your support on my last reading. Make sure to like, share, subscribe. And let's see what's going on with Sagittarius, okay? That was a very interesting reading, actually. I'm remembering it now. It was a weird day, too. I know the moon was in Cancer recently, but I don't... Oh, this is a little different than... Okay, so we got the Sun and 9 of Pentacles. Wow, you guys are really finding your independence and your confidence in the Leo season, I feel like. Kind of putting the conflict behind you, the drama. These are two very beautiful, empowered cards here. So 9 of Pentacles is like the ultimate independent woman, and the Sun is just the Sun. I mean, it's the most positive card in the deck here. So, some of you guys have had a lot of illumination, a lot of like light shown. Also just things feel lighter. I feel like these are pretty light cards too for this deck, because this deck tends to have like darker tones to it. So I feel like there's a lot of light happening. And with the 5 of Wands reversed, I feel like there might be some internal conflict still, but I don't feel like you guys are in as many like external conflicts as you were maybe leading up to this season, okay? Strength. Wow. Okay, so a lot of you are dealing with Leos here. We got the Sun and Strength, which are both Leo cards. Interesting. Also could have been stuff that happened during the Lionsgate that's kind of settled down a little bit. Yeah, so with the 3 of Swords reversed, I do feel like these knives that maybe you had experienced betrayal or heartache, they're healing, they're coming out of the heart. You're healing those wounds. And with 8 of Wands reversed, you might have ceased communication with someone who was giving you some of that drama or the fighting or something. I feel like there's a lack of communication with somebody, okay? Because this communication was really hurting you, and I feel like you guys maybe like put an end to it, okay? And the World is here, so you completed a karmic cycle. That's the card I was getting when I first had those few cards fall out. So this is like very karmic situation that happened. I feel like maybe you learned your lesson. There's also an owl here. This is a really cool World card. So I feel like everything kind of culminated and the cycle is complete, and you guys are moving into a different phase of your life. So that's very interesting. Let's see what we got for Mystic Moon Oracle deck here with your connection. Very interesting energy though. 5th dimension, okay? So some of you guys are connecting in a spiritual way to your divine counterpart. You might be having dreams, you might be seeing signs or hearing songs, or having just like telepathic moments where you can like feel their energy, okay? So you might be in separation, but you might be feeling really connected and very spiritually inclined and in tuned. With Sagittarius as usually are. Too many cards here. Free will, okay? So maybe you want to be with them, but I got free will and material world. So I feel like they're very stuck in this 3D realm. So right now it seems like the only place you can connect is the 5D, because like they have free will and they don't necessarily have to come forward and honor this connection if they don't want to. Settling, okay? So some of them are with someone else and they're kind of settled, but there is some deception here. So even though it seems like they're settled, they may not be. They may be deceiving you, they may be deceiving themselves. I would pay more attention to this energy versus this 3D realm, because this is like the real deal, okay? So this deceiving thing, I feel like it's like not everything is as it seems, okay? When you look at things from like social media and just what you're assuming is going on, you think things are a certain way, but you might be deceiving yourself because it might not be the way you think it is, okay? So I'm going to pull from the All Things Intuitive and see what other messages we got. Sagittarius is. I don't feel like you're in communication with this person because of that 8 of Wands reversed. Soulmate, this person is your soulmate. Okay, so you guys might feel very strongly that the person you're dealing with is your soulmate. And that's confirmation, you know? Strictly sexual, okay? So this might be the person they're with, it might be strictly sexual. You guys might be dealing with a dynamic that ends up being a karmic soulmate that was strictly sexual. Now, there could be multiple people in your life, so one person could be your divine counterpart and another person could be, you know, but there's definitely some sort of energy here where there's someone you're dealing with that might just ends up being a karmic situation where it was just more about the sexual, and there's obsession here. Okay, so when we're in that lower vibration energy of obsession and addiction and just strictly sexual, that's usually karmic soulmate we're talking about, okay? But not necessarily. Our twin can bring up things that we need to work on, which if those are our weaknesses, but these are lessons either way about ourselves and areas we need to work on. So anything that comes up is just a spot for you to have more illumination about yourself and how you operate and stuff like that. So I'm going to pull from this good tarot and see what other messages we got from the tarot here. I'm very tired today because a couple days, I didn't sleep for a few days and then I slept last night, but you know that like groggy feeling when you don't sleep and then you finally sleep? Oh, okay, we got 3 of Wands. So some of you guys are waiting maybe on the communication. You sent out a message and you're sitting here and you're just kind of like waiting for that ship to move towards you, okay? We got 9 of Wands, but I feel like you're also very guarded. You're very like, maybe you're waiting on something, but you're also energetically like pushing it away with this, because 9 of Wands is like sort of like a paranoid, untrusting energy. Although in this deck, it's more, I feel like this is more of a creative 9 of Wands than a destructive 9 of Wands in other decks. And we got 5 of Pentacles, okay? So some of you guys might have felt like you were left out in the cold. You experienced some abandonment. You were forced to be to your own devices. You were very lonely and like you just had to do a journey by yourself, okay? So that might have been the 3 of Swords in the beginning that was reversed, where you were really in a heartbroken state and you had to like build yourself back up. But I don't get the feeling that you're in a 5 of Pentacles energy right now. But I feel like this could have been the past. I do feel like you guys have been coming out of it. And we've got 7 of Water, okay? So I feel like you guys have maybe a lot of choices, a lot of things going on around you now, a lot of new opportunities. You're kind of dreaming about the possibilities. I feel like you were in this like very stagnant place and now you're coming into this like place of abundance, okay? So that's how I'm feeling about this 7 of Water specifically. Maybe there's more fish in the sea, literally, if you're dealing with a Pisces. This could be any really water sign with the 7 of Cups, but maybe you felt very limited before and now you feel like the world is your oyster, okay? That's kind of the message I'm getting with that. All right, I'm gonna pull from the Universal Love deck and see what last messages we have from here. Embrace, okay? I feel like embrace this period, a period of creativity, of abundance, of like life breathing back into you, okay? Because I also feel like embrace this connection, whatever it is, whether you're together or not. Use it to help you manifest what you want. Use it to help you see the areas you want to grow. Use it to feed your soul in a way that's positive, okay? Ooh, tantric union. So this is the second time I'm getting a sexual energy. Now you might have someone that's strictly sexual, and if you can handle that, by all means go after that, as long as you know what you're dealing with and the kind of energy and you don't have expectations. Sometimes a sexual connection can open up your sacral chakra and help you align, you know, more with yourself and then your solar plexus and everything like that. So as long as you know that that's what it is. But there's definitely a sexual connection that is actually inspiring you and connecting you to your higher self. So that's very interesting. Wow. Okay, so I got fear. This is the second time I'm sort of getting that energy with the 9 of Wands. So sometimes your fear is founded and sometimes it's unfounded. Now, if it's someone that's strictly sexual and you're afraid to get hurt, I feel like then it's healthy fear and you should listen to it. If it's fear of the unknown and just because you're just not trusting things, then I would say don't necessarily listen to it. But fear is there to tell us, you know, to clue back into ourselves of like, should we move forward? Should we take a step back? And sometimes it's needed and sometimes it's unnecessary. So it's up for you guys to decide. But I do sense that there's some hesitation here, and that might not be such a bad thing, okay? Listen to your intuition. You know, don't ignore it, but don't also feed it if it's unhealthy, okay? So I'm going to pull from the twin flame messages and get some final messages from your divine counterpart that you're currently not communicating with. It was really me, not you. Wow, okay. I can't take this anymore, and I miss the feel of you next to me. This is like the third kind of sexual, physical energy. So I feel like even though that card said strictly sexual, I do feel like you guys had a very solid physical bond with this person, and they're really missing it. Even though maybe you connect in 5D, I feel like they miss the actual feel of you. It was really not me, not you. I can't take this anymore. I feel like they're not doing well, not communicating with you, okay? They miss you. But they also know if they talk to you, they're going to have to own up to their side of it. And I also feel like they know that you're carrying this like it was your fault, and they want you to know that it wasn't your fault. And they're taking ownership even though they can't actually say it, okay? So that's the message I have for you guys. Pretty powerful, right? So Sagittariuses, I will see you guys next time. Bye.